charges, and how long has it been since the defendant was brought into custody?
Yep. The sheriff has all that. Leuven has all that. Can take you into the other room. You don't want to talk about it in here with the judges. So everybody who's a prosecutor should jump up into general.
All right.
Best thing.
Pokemon. Hey, do you want to be a judge or a prosecutor?
Wait, I thought we were playing the game. What's going on?
You guys captured Ostropolis. You guys are putting him on trial.
The judge or the prosecutor?
Yeah, what do you want, Glendar? What do you want Glendar to be, a prosecutor or a judge?
Well, I don't know because I don't know what his role would, his royalty.
I mean, he could be neutral as a judge because he needs to, they'll have the facts presented to him. It's practically a given, honestly.
Don't be so sure.
Mogar will be so sure. The Poi will be so sure. The Poi firsthand.
What do you want to do? Do you want to be a prosecutor or you can just be a witness or a bystander or a judge? What do you want to do, Pokemon?
I'm gonna roll for it to figure it out because I have no idea.
All right, roll 6-sided. 1 to 3 or 1 to 2, you're prosecution. 3 and 4, you're a bystander. 5, 6, you're a judge. Hey, you're prosecutor.
Great.
So jump up into the general chat with the prosecutors.
I'm in general chat, but I don't get the what we're doing.
What?
Why do I need to be in general? Oh.
All right, we've got one more judge, I think. Either Bartrell or Woodrow. I may have to be a judge and the defendant.
How is that gonna work?
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I guarantee you guys never do a role playing game where you get to do fun shit like this. I can't believe that there was actually a module that did all this stuff
Yeah.
back in the day. Pretty cool, man.
Okay, I need.
Tonight's XP night tonight too. I hope you guys all level up tonight.
Yeah. Let's write down all of the things that I will need to completely burn his corpse. I'm gonna be fair, don't worry. Mostly. Can't find the pencil.
I'm gonna wait about one more minute, and then we'll just have to go with you two guys as judges, and then I'll just go along with whatever you guys go. I'll be the third judge, and I'll just go along with whatever you guys choose. You look in the games maps room,
Yeah.
the law of the land. You've read that over.
I read the first pages. I basically need to take a picture, go through Google Translate, transfer that into text, listen to it, then understand it, and then yeah. So it's taking a while.
It's just one page, so it should be pretty. Won't be that too hard.
Hi, just a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in an hour because of the thing. So,
It'll probably be done in an hour. It's gonna be a very short night tonight.
oh, okay.
It's gonna be really quick. We're gonna do experience points, and then we will probably literally be done by like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So no worries.
Okay, cool.
I'm not worried about getting started late or anything. Let me hop up here and find out what's going on with the prosecution. Give them a couple minutes, see if they're ready. Hey, go AFK, man. It's gonna take them like another 10, 15 minutes
That's
to get
fine.
everything ready. They're really, really going at it up there, man.
Ooh. I'm just going over the punishments. I'm done with the read. Let's say it like that. Hmm. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I think I'm somewhat ready. So, how was everyone's day?
Good. Just started.
Just started.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you go over the laws?
Yeah.
Okay, they got 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh,
Yep, we're here. Judges are waiting.
someone's in general.
Wendar will jump down here.
Okay.
Okay. The defendant is brought into the courtroom, and you have the Honorable Judge Lapoy, the Honorable Judge Mulgar residing today.
What's Glendar doing?
I have no idea. I think he's up there eating his dinner. Oh, no, he's down here now.
No, he's gone.
Or he jumped out.
Yeah, he's left.
So today is the trial, judge trial for Senator Ostropoulos, and they bring him in, and they have a Z.T.I.A.I individual, a lawyer who you don't necessarily know, who is going to be representing him today, and that'll be me. I'll play that guy, since I'm sure none of you guys want to represent him. And they sit him down. You guys sit down. Everybody stands when the judges come in, and then everybody sits down, and he says, "All right, let's begin the trial. It is up to you. Opening arguments for you, Mr. Prosecutor." So Leuven or whoever in the prosecution wants to do the opening arguments.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I greet you this morning and would like to offer the defense to make opening remarks before prosecution proceeds, if with the court's permission.
Okay.
Can't really do that because they don't know what the charges are.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to bring the charges first.
Okay. In that case, same salutation. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, good morning. We thank you for your time today. We call the defendant here to face the following charges, and at the judge's prompting, we will happily hand over evidence to support these charges and witness testimony.
Just got a character thing.
After this, and we believe that after seeing the evidence and testimony arrayed against the defendant, that you will easily find him heavily guilty and with an inhumane intent to commit tax evasion, fraud, flight to avoid arrest, attempted murder, actual murder, and even treason.
okay.
You guys have to pick one of those now. You
Well,
can't do all. You can't do all of them.
the worst
I think
one
I
is
told
inhumane.
Leuven you have to pick one.
Oh,
I misunderstood that.
Yeah. Those are the options, but you have to pick one. You guys want to confer for another minute or so?
Yeah, give us like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, jump back up in general then. I'll give you another couple minutes.
Well,
They were gonna try to do every single one.
why
I mean,
not?
if we have evidence.
Yeah, but that's not how Titan law works. That you take the Only take one charge.
Can
I was
we
gonna say
charge
they
him
don't have
multiple
anything for like war
times?
crimes.
I would.
They kind of do. Like treason is kind of like war crimes.
Okay.
I'm not sure that he did any war crimes, and people are still in this chat. Not. Oh. Okay. I think one of the.
The objective was to try to get them to whichever one they thought they could prove. I guess they thought they could prove all of them.
You should have just let them.
Honestly.
Yeah.
They probably could, but I don't want to do like a real 3-day trial.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take 3 days. Come on.
Yeah, if they tried to do all of those charges, it would definitely take till midnight.
It would be fun. Hmm. Tax evasion. They think they have evidence for tax evasion. I mean, okay.
You don't know, they might.
I mean,
You got a lot of witnesses, remember?
yeah, I know.
You guys brought back like 3 witnesses with you on the ship.
Oh yeah, and most of them hate him. This trial is not gonna go well for him. He better have a good lawyer.
I'm his lawyer. I'm a terrible lawyer.
I don't know, man. It doesn't seem good for you. Can we prosecute the lawyer as well?
I think the judge needs to recuse himself. He's biased.
I will.
What about who is it? Not Ostropolis, but the actual emperor.
We don't know anything.
Yeah, there's a rumor that the Duke captured him.
Maximitus Claceris?
No, Maximitus is
The gladiator.
Maximitus got his house burned down. You guys burned his house down, remember? He just disappeared into the nowhere and into the nether. He's homeless. He's homeless now.
Good. Oh, we're back.
All right, they're back.
Okay, so same preamble, same salutation. Go ahead.
What is the charge that you'll be charging the defendant with today?
The charges that we are bringing against the defendant are treason with an incitement to riot, misuse of legion, and assault on the Colosseum. For the court, we do have 2 witnesses to bring to bring supporting testimony against the defendant.
Okay.
Okay, it's your room, Judge. What do you want to do?
Does the defendant plead himself guilty?
The defendant pleads innocent.
Innocent.
The charge of treason.
Okay. Please provide your first witness.
Wait, I get my opening statement.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Gentlemen,
Go against the DM.
judges, these prosecutors would have you believe that this gentleman, a senator, a royal senator of a country other than this one, has committed treason. I intend to show you today there is no way possible that Senator Ostropolis, who stands before you today, is treasonous in any way. Defense rests at this time.
Okay. proceed now with the first evidence, maybe?
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
can.
So,
Goes back to the prosecutors.
yeah,
Don't forget, I get to cross-examine.
The prosecution calls to the stand the son of Senator Ostropolis.
Vulture Osterpolis. Please come to the stand. Raise your right hand. Blah, 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 blah. Do you blah, blah, blah. Tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Blah, blah. So help you God. Yes, I do. Please be seated.
Please state your name for the court.
My name is Vulture Osterpolis.
Thank you for coming here today. Do you understand the charges that we are bringing against your father?
I do.
Can you give us some background? How long has your father been a senator?
He has been a senator nearly my entire life, about 20 years now.
In your experience, has he served faithfully?
He has.
Would you say overall that his service has been exemplary and to the benefit of the empire?
Is that one question or two?
That is one.
I would say yes, he's been an exemplary senator.
Very good. So it sounds like he's a fairly upright man. And do you think that, well, have put another way, have you witnessed him doing things that you found to be unsavory in your experience?
Objection, speculation.
Uh, Your Honor, it is not speculation. I'm simply asking the witness if for his opinion on the behavior of his father, if there's ever been a time where his father has behaved against the moral expectations of his station.
Possibly, yes. I didn't say that he wasn't without flaws.
Can you detail some of these flaws for the court?
I wouldn't know where to start. Do you have a specific question?
Certainly. Do you have knowledge of your father conspiring to commit treason against the empire?
Oh, so Pulcher starts to cry on the stand. I don't know if I should say anything.
Please take your time. We're all trying to simply find the truth, and through the truth, be a better society together. In this way, we will grow.
So Pulcher says.
This is your important duty, sir.
So Pulcher says, yes, I believe that my father, in certain instances, has let his own avarice drive him and his own need for power to drive him to do things that might be considered by other people to be immoral. I, however, have never seen anything personally myself.
Thank you. And for this need for power, can you speak to other ways that this has manifested itself?
I'm not sure what you mean. Can you be more
Other
specific?
examples of how your father has shown a greater than typical need for power that you have seen him pursue?
Well, I think, in any person of power, there has to be some sort of a drive to maintain and to get reelected.
Sneeze.
So I don't know if he was worse or better than any other senator. I just know him for myself.
Okay, thank you. And what makes you believe that your father has committed treason?
Well, I believe that his specific use of legions were set aside specifically to protect the city of Thyatis by the emperor. I believe when he used those troops to control the gladiators and to wreak havoc upon the city of Thyatis, I believe that is a treasonous act. But that, of course, is just my opinion.
Okay. And thank you. And can you outline other possible misuses of his power, misuses of the Legion, other excesses of his authority?
I wouldn't really know. Unless you have a specific question, I wouldn't really know what you're speaking about.
Okay. And then in that case, I will only ask, what do you think, what in your opinion, or what have you witnessed that makes you feel that your father ordered the assault on the Colosseum as a matter against law and public interest?
I heard him do it. I was standing in the room when he did it, and that's why after he did it, he headed to the catacombs and told everyone in the family to head there as well.
And why do you suppose he had the family gather in the catacombs?
Because he knew he knew that the Legion was going to cause a riot in the city.
So you believe that your father made this order, to be clear, you believe that your father ordered this assault on the Colosseum knowing that it was stridently against the interest of public safety and interest?
Absolutely. I don't know if he knew it might have been the only thing that he could have done. He might have been trapped in a corner, but I know that I heard him give the order.
We'll leave that to cross-examination to explore. No
Okay.
further questions at this time.
Mr. Osterpolis, Pilcher, do you mind if I call you Pilcher? No, please call me Pilcher. I'll call you Pilcher. Are you sure that this is what you heard? Are you sure that this was your father? Were you actually?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Let me rephrase.
Yeah.
Were you in the room when you heard your father supposedly give this order? No, I was not in the room. Where were you at the time? I was one room away in my bedroom. So you actually didn't see him, but I know his voice I can tell his voice. Oh, really? So there's no way that it could have been anyone else. Was there anyone else in the room? Oh, there were a few other people in the room. So there is a possibility that someone else could have given that order. Well, I don't know who else would have the authority to give that order. Yes, it is possible that someone else could have said it. Very well, the defense rests. Thank you. You may take a seat. Culture Ostropolis.
Prosecution calls Frederick Lagman to the stand.
So Frederick Lagman stands up and walks up to the stand. Blah, 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 blah. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth? Yes, I hope you got it. La, la, la. Take a seat. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go like any second now,
Okay.
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. And he is there. Frederick Lagman.
Good
It's
morning,
your
Mr.
witness.
Good morning, Mr. Lagman.
Good morning.
Can you speak to your suspicion of the commission of treason by the defendant?
I don't know about any treason.
Okay, so this person, DM, was listed to me as a witness for this charge.
He is. He is.
Okay, he is, but he's unaware of it.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, you have to ask him a specific question. He doesn't really know what treasonous act you're talking about.
Are you aware, Mr. Lagman, then, of the culpability of the defendant in inciting a riot in the city?
I know that he dragged me down into the catacombs and had his men stick me in a grave.
And for what purpose did he communicate to you that he was doing this?
Forget what the hell did he do? He stole something or something? Oh no, he was messing around with his wife or his mistress. He said that he didn't like me messing around with his mistress and that he needed to have me taken care of. I'm not sure if that's a treasonous act, but
Okay, would you consider the murder of a fellow senator a treasonous act?
I would.
And have you witnessed the defendant make such an attempt?
I did not witness this, but I have heard and seen that he was in some way attempting to slay Dexter, who is also a senator. He didn't ask me to do it, but I did see and hear him sign papers in order to have that done.
So would those papers be this logbook here with the note that has a note on it calling for the murder of Pederit? Or were there
He looks at it, he says, no, this is not the papers that I saw. This appears to be some sort of financial logbook. I saw an actual warrant.
Who else has seen this warrant?
I don't know.
Did you speak to anybody else about it?
I did not.
And are you witness to the assault on the Coliseum?
I was not. I was buried in a grave.
Okay. Are you aware of, I believe, a senator named Frederick?
He is Frederick.
Oh, okay.
He is Frederick Lagman. That's who you're interviewing right now.
Oh, okay. I was different spelling was given to me. I got them mixed up. All right. Then let's see. Do you recognize the hand in this log?
The handwriting.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
You're showing him the financial transactions?
Yeah, I think that's the only writing that we have. We don't appear to have the uh, the document he referenced in evidence.
Nope.
All right. Let's see here. And in your esteem, if a senator for serving for, oh, see, it's got to be at least 20 or 30 years, has committed what must be treason by your own statements, should his length of service mitigate the punishment levied against him if it is otherwise faithful?
I don't know.
In your
I'm not a
opinion,
judge. I can't really tell.
merely in your opinion as a lawbringer.
I would say wait, what's the question again? Should his sentence or should the length of his service
Should the
have something to
sentence
do with?
should the
Yeah,
sentence
should
be
that? I mean,
military?
should the length of his public service diminish his punishment if found guilty of this crime?
No.
The crime. Okay. No further questions.
Okay, the defense walks up and says, Frederick Lagman. Yes. The paper that you saw, do you have it with you? No. Does anyone here have it? Does the defense have it? Does the prosecution have the paper that was supposedly signed by Senator Ostopolis, physically ready here? Is it in evidence anywhere? No. How do we know that you're not lying about this? Why would I lie about it? Well, you would lie. Obviously, you said that this man took you out and
Objection.
put you in a grave.
Objection.
Yeah. Please.
Objection to what? Those are his words.
Casting aspersions on the witness. The witness is sworn.
He brought that up himself.
The witness is sworn.
Yeah, he brought it up himself. I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying the witness has already sworn in. His testimony is his honest testimony. You don't get to just call him a liar unless you have evidence to make him out to be a liar.
That's what I'm saying. He put him in a grave. It might give you reason to lie.
Where's your evidence that he's lying?
I'm just saying there might be a
And
motive.
I'm just saying that's not going to fly.
What does the judge say?
You cannot say that he's a liar.
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. You said that in your testimony that Senator Osterpolis put you in a grave. Is that correct? Yes. And that made you feel how? It made me very angry and scared. And you think that people that are angry and scared, do they have reason to make up falsities about people that cause them to be angry and scared? Well,
Objection,
yes,
speculation.
sometimes. It is speculation. Okay, the defense rests.
Thank you.
Prosecution rests, Your Honors.
You're not gonna put any more evidence?
For the charges that we're able to bring today, Your Honors, we have presented all evidence and witness testimony.
Before Johnny, hold on 1 second here, taking to the side. We do have the gladiators who would be able to testify on citing the riots at the Coliseum. I don't know. I wasn't able to get down the names when you were talking about them before, but
Oh, you guys could do that yourselves. You guys were all witnesses to that. You can call any of people in the party to testify that the Legion came and attacked the Coliseum. Or you can call Phaedra. I mean, Phaedra's really the one.
yeah, Phaedra has the financial records.
Yeah, she has those too, yep. But I'm trying to think if any. Oh, you're asking me gladiators that you brought back with you.
Yeah.
You have Carlos and Yaleg.
So,
Who were
Carlos,
there?
Yaleg, and Phaedra left.
Phaedra's not a gladiator, though. Carlos and Yaleg are. So if you're calling witnesses about the riot, Carlos and Yaleg would know about that. Which I think that's the charge that you guys are trying to pull, right?
Yeah.
Treason charge? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Phaedra's not going to help you too much with that. She just has financial records. So if you want to call Carlos or Yaleg, you can do that.
All right. Well, then, yeah, I mean, we should probably call them both then, individually. So prosecution calls Callis to the stand.
Okay, so he goes up there, sworn in, sits down, ask away. Carlos. He is the one that won the arm wrestling contests. The really big gladiator.
Carlos. Did I get that right?
Yeah, CAROLUS.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you for your time today. Please state your name for the court.
Carlos.
Thank you. Carlos, can you assign in your mind a single person responsible for the incitement of the riot in the city?
I am almost sure that it is Senator Osterpolis.
Thank you.
I don't know who else could have done it.
Thank you. And what specifically makes you believe that this person is responsible?
I saw the Legion come into the Colosseum and start slaughtering innocent people, start slaughtering um, other gladiators. And the only person that I know of that can command those troops is either the Emperor or Senator Astropolis.
Indeed. And can you point out Senator Ostropolis for us?
Yes, he's that man right there.
Did you see him at the site of the riot?
Oh. I don't think he was there.
Okay.
From what I heard, he was hiding.
And can you think then of any possibility why the Emperor might order instead such an action?
I cannot.
In your mind, would it be a crime if the Emperor had?
I'm not a judge or a lawyer. I can't really tell that.
But as a person who follows orders, would that be a legal order in your mind?
To kill people, innocent people,
Would you
in the
think that
stand?
would you think that is a lawful order and carry it out?
I would probably have to carry it out, but I don't know if it would be considered lawful or not.
Hello, I'm back.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to go again soon.
Okay.
Defense witnessed.
Okay. Carlos, you said that you are sure that this riot was caused by Senator Astropolis. Yes, that's true. I believe that. But you also said that these Legion, Fourth Legion, I assume is what you're talking about. Yes, the Fourth Legion can also be commanded by the Emperor. Yes, that's true. Any troops in Z.T.I.A.I can be commanded by the Emperor. So you don't know for sure Senator Ostropolis gave the order to send these troops into the Colosseum. I'm almost sure that he did. Well, did you see him give the order? No. But I also didn't see the Emperor give the order. So you didn't actually see anyone give the order. Is it also possible that these men in the Fourth Legion just decided to do it on their own? Is that a possibility? I guess that's a possibility. I don't think it's a very probable possibility. But you would agree that it is a possibility. Yes, it might be a possibility. And the defense rests.
Redirect, Your Honors.
Okay.
Carlos, in all of your time and all of your years, have you ever heard of or witnessed a legion self-direct itself against any foe?
I have not.
In all of your years and experience, have you ever witnessed what happens to a legion whenever its entire leadership has fallen to some calamity?
I have not.
So, in your experience, how effective would a legion without leadership be?
I couldn't say. I don't think very effective. Unless they were just crazy or something.
Have you ever witnessed such insanity, temporary or otherwise, affecting an entire unit like that?
Well, there is the Zonga, but it doesn't really affect people that way.
It's true.
No, I can't really say that I have.
So it seems unlikely that the Legion could have carried out this behavior without some kind of leadership being at the root of it, correct?
I think someone had to give the order. I don't think they would have just done it for no reason.
I think so too. Defense?
We already rested.
Okay. Hmm.
The prosecution will rest as well. We don't need to call the remaining witness.
Okay. Time for closing remarks.
Feel free.
No, it's up to you. I go last.
No. Do you? Is that
Yeah,
procedure?
Yeah, I'm defense.
Yeah.
I always go
Okay.
last. Prosecution always goes first.
Prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honors. Today we have seen evidence of a note, and although we cannot tie it directly to the defendant, it does look awfully suspicious that somebody would arrange the payment of the slaying of a competing senator. We have heard testimony of experts on the incitement of riot and misuse of legions in an assault on sovereign territory. We have that would constitute an act of treason. We have heard a lot of speculation from members of the defendant's family that were called into question. And to me, and perhaps to the court, it strains credulity. It strains our sense of it being credible that a son in his home would hear his father's voice and mistake it for literally anything else. A son who heard his father give an order that cost lives, an order that cost property, and an order that ran counter to the interest, to the security, to the social contract of the service, of the senatorial mantle that the defense opened its remarks, calling out no less than 4 times as important, as critical to the quality of his character, to the mettle of his spirit in service to his fellow man. But of course, the final determination is yours and yours alone. I thank you for your time.
Okay. Defense.
Judges, the prosecution would have you believe that this old man, this elderly, old senator, created some sort of a riot. This senator has worked relentlessly for scores of years. A public servant, day in and day out, and they would have you believe that this man created all of these crimes, that he killed a man, killed another senator. Where's the paper? Where's the body? We don't even know if the other senator is dead. There's no body. His son, who is obviously distraught, angry about not getting his inheritance, making up stories about his father as some cruel person.
Okay.
They
Boring.
would have you believe he is a monster. I say to you, would a monster spend 20 years, 30 years of his life in the service of the public? This is the question that you have to ask yourself. The prosecution has provided absolutely no proof that this man is evil in any way. And that's what you have to think about, Your Honors. The defense rests. All right, so Mulgar and Lapoy, you guys can jump up in the general voice chat and figure out what you want to do.
What if we have questions?
I'm going to jump up there with you.
Okay. Well, to be honest, it would be the prosecution's definition of something.
Say again?
The question would go to the prosecution. Just the question to them.
Well, go ahead. You can ask me because I know everything they know.
Okay. Well, what did he do so you would prosecute him for treason? What exactly?
I think that what they're trying to say is that he incited a riot by using the Fourth Legion to go into the Colosseum and start killing gladiators. And after they got done killing the gladiators, went and went into the stands, started killing people in the stands.
So what they say and claim is that he started a riot in the Colosseum and then sent the Legion in to take care of the riot by killing the gladiators and no.
No, he's saying that sending the Legion in there, he didn't incite the riot himself. He just sent the Legion in there, caused the riot.
And the Legion caused the riot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So he incited it, and they're saying that that's treasonous. And then he went and hid. Once the riot spilled out the Colosseum into the streets, he went and hid down in the catacomb, which you guys know because you guys saw that much.
Yeah. But also,
and Pulcher testified to that, and the other guy that was buried alive testified to that. Okay, go ahead.
The guy that was buried alive also claims that it was the defendant, who actually ordered his burial.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that could be a treasonous act, but that's definitely attempted murder.
Yeah, that's attempted murder,
inhumane.
not treason. Judge, what do you think?
Honestly, it's a train wreck. There's not much for evidence. No solid proof. Where's Emeraldi in all this?
He's not around.
Oh, she wasn't around. And then
the rumor is that she might be dead. Nobody's sure. She might have died from Zonga. Overdose of Zonga. Nobody's quite sure.
if the prosecution can provide the body of the dead senator, we can change the sentence.
I mean, overall, while this guy was in power, there definitely was acts that led up to the death of Titans,
That's
the
not
destruction of
treason.
property.
Still not treason.
Well, right, but it was all under his rule.
Yeah, but the
Whether,
prosecution is for treason.
well, I'm leading up to that. Whether or not it was of his fault, he would be the one to take blame. He has to have some. He has to take some severe action of punishment. But yeah, like I said, it was a train wreck. It's not like any actual proof towards the treason.
Well, if
Now, I'll put in this since I'm one of the judges. I would say that the one thing that he did that might be considered treasonous is that whether he started the riots or not, he did go and hide.
well, that
Now,
could be.
why would you hide if you, like, regular people didn't hide because they didn't know there was going to be a riot? So how would you just end up in the catacombs with your entire family down there hiding if you didn't know there was going to be a riot?
I can't
Very
take that.
true.
I can't.
That might be a question you might want to ask.
No, that's not good enough for me.
It is.
You don't
No,
think so?
no,
Like,
He's a
like
senator and he's hiding away in the catacombs.
well,
You don't think that that's treasonous?
no.
That's more cowardly than treasonous, maybe.
Yeah, that's currently, but also it's protecting the governmental chain of command.
That's a good point.
You know, you want to protect your chain of command, so I mean, it's gonna take more time to replace him than just to keep him safe.
you're right, but this was all beforehand.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the catacombs, hiding away prior
Before
to
the riot
the
started?
Legion being sent in. Perhaps
Yeah, the
before the Legion was sent in.
the timeline, as far as we can tell right now, is that he gave the order to send the Legion in, and then he contacted his family and took them down into the catacombs. So they arrived in the catacombs about the same time that the riot started. That's the actual real timeline.
Maybe he got an insight. Maybe.
Well, you can't assume that. You could see that there's room for suspicion there because
Yeah, but
if it's coincidental that it's at the same time, but not that he was informed that it happened, but he was already acting upon as if it was going to happen. That's the part that can be seen as treason.
that he was acting upon like the riot was gonna happen.
Exactly.
That's
That's where it goes to me because, well, here's the thing: none of the other senators were in the catacombs
True.
because none of the other senators gave the order. None of the other senators were involved. None of the other senators had any inkling that the riot was going to happen. So they were just going about their day.
Yeah, but they also don't have command over the army, do they?
Yeah, the other senators do.
Oh, okay. But still, the problem is,
I feel like the most we could do
is attempted murder. That's the only thing that I can give him.
But they didn't use that charge.
I know.
So we have to look at it this way.
Either
Is it
guilty or not for the charge that they prosecuted him for.
Right. Now, is he flight to avoid arrest? Lying to an official? Petty theft? Self-interest or unsociability?
Self-interest, yeah.
Chronic self-interest or unsociability? I don't think you can get him on inhumanity.
Not yet.
Definitely not good intentions. Error in judgment. Temporary madness. I don't think you can get him on that. It's going to have to be either self-interest, unsociability, or chronic self-interest and unsociability.
But it's not.
If you think that he's guilty of that at all.
No, the thing is, it's not also self-interest. He also saved his family, so technically, it's not just
Yeah, but
self-interest.
it is because it was all towards personal gain. That was the whole inquiry of this whole thing.
What did he gain from this?
If he wouldn't have got caught, he would have gained a lot.
Yeah.
He got caught.
So,
And the question is kind of why was he in the catacombs? Maybe we can get him to incriminate himself.
Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't ask him to go up to the stand.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. He can't be forced to incriminate himself. But, well, what do you guys think?
well, my question would be, does he accept the responsibility of the deaths of the citizens? And the damage is done to the... If he does not accept it, then that's treason. If he accepts it, then it's not treason.
What if... let's ask this question. If he didn't give the order, who did give the order? It could have been the Emperor, but we don't know where the Emperor is.
Yeah. There's not enough evidence for me to say that he is guilty.
Okay. So you're going to vote innocent? What about you, Mulgar? What's your vote?
Honestly, I want to say it's guilty, but not to an extent, because there is no excruciating proof. He would be to blame for the riots.
That's my question.
He's taken responsibility because of his stature and his position. So perhaps his title could be stripped.
Okay. So let's just go on innocent or guilty right now. So we got one innocent, one guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to vote guilty. So he is guilty.
Well, okay.
So now we don't really need to talk about it anymore. He's guilty. Now let's talk about sentencing. We want to sentence him on lesser charge or greater charge. Treason is a greater charge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to sentence him as an accident or unknowing. Do we want to sentence him based on good intentions but it turned out bad? We want to sentence him to an error in judgment. Do we want to sentence him temporary madness?
Self-interest. No.
Self-interest and unsociability?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we sentence him to self-interest and unsociability based on a vote of 2-1, that means he is to be imprisoned on Bordos Island, which is a penal colony, for a period of 5 to 10 years or death. So we have another choice. Do we sentence him to the penal colony or do we sentence him to death?
I said the penal colony.
Colony.
5 to 10 years on the penal colony?
Yep.
Okay, since you voted innocent, I'll let you do the one roll for the night. Roll a 6-sided die.
Three.
So we are going to sentence him to 8 years in the penal colony, or sentence him to the mines in Brecon Vale.
Mine's in Brackenville. I will vote for that.
At least that way we'll get a slave out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 years in the mines of Brecon Vale. All right, let's hop back into the game and we'll the sentence out. Okay, are you guys ready to hear?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Judge Lapoy, how do you vote?
Not guilty.
Judge Mulgar, how do you vote?
Guilty.
And Judge Rooster, how do you vote? Guilty. So, by a score of 2-1, Senator Ostropoulos is found guilty of greater version of self-interest and sociability, sentenced to imprisonment in the mines of the Brecon Vale penal colony for a period of no less than 8 years.
And I'm sorry, it cut out. What Lapoy said, not guilty.
Lapointe said not guilty. We all almost said not guilty.
All right. And so that's all he gets is imprisonment. There's no there's no forfeiture of
All
property.
of his stuff's already gone. Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be stripped of his rank, and he'll be stripped of everything like that. But he is charged with antisocial. What is it? Self-interest, and 8 years in the Vale mines. That's that.
All right.
Good job, guys. Now it is XP time. XP time. Everybody, pull up your character sheets.
Wow! There's no evidence for it.
For what?
For treason.
Dude, Leuven, you know what it would have been a slam dunk? I think Mulgar and Lapoy will agree with me. Should have went for attempted murder.
Yeah, definitely. Guilty. 100%.
If you would have went for attempted murder, you would have had 3 guilties, and he would have been to death. He's not even there.
You're dead to me.
No, I'm here. It could have been. I mean, that was one of the options.
Yep. So it all goes by what you pick. All right. So base XP for this entire module is 6,500 XP. So everybody's going to get 6,500. Now, Leuven is going to get 6,500 times plus 20%. You got 20%? Yeah. So what's 20% of 6,500? Oh, accumulators.
1,300.
7,800.
So that's 7,800. So Leuven, you're going to get 7,800 XP for this entire module. Next one down the line is Mulgar. He's going to get 10%, which is 650.
Mhm.
So that's 7,150.
Yep.
So add that onto yours. Boy, you're level 1, so you're going to get 5%.
Oh, I get something?
Yeah, you get 5% for each level every test that you took.
Okay. 65.
You took the level 1 test and passed, right?
Yep.
They get 5%, so 6,500. What's that? 300.
Free.
So 6,800.
Okay, 6,800.
So Lapoy gets 6,800, and Johnny gets 6,800, and I guess everybody else who's not here is going to get 6,500. So however much you got, send me a DM indicating how much XP you got, if you leveled up or not. If the number before the slash is now bigger than the number behind the slash, then you leveled up to the next level.
Okay. If we level up with, tell you we leveled up and okay.
Yeah, so what's your total? Can you guys tell me your total XP?
Yeah.
I can tell you mine.
94,500.
No. Looking at the second number, you got to look at the first number.
It's 28,000, right? No, 26,000.
Plus whatever you got tonight.
Plus 68,000, right?
No, not 1,000.
Oh, 100.
I get 68,000 experience points. You get 6,800 experience points. 6,800. So what was your original number? 26?
26,500.
26,500 plus
33.
68 is how much?
33,300.
Oh,
Okay, so
sorry.
you didn't. So I don't think you leveled up.
No.
Sorry, you had the wrong person.
I leveled up.
Who's me?
Leuven.
Leuven leveled. I'm pretty sure Mulgar leveled.
Yep.
Johnny, did you level?
Nope.
What are you at?
30,940.
30,940. What's your next level?
2.
Oh, you shitting me?
I wouldn't shit you, man. You're my favorite turd.
You're like 500 away from next level?
No, like 15.
Okay. So close. All right. So next module that we're going to do, guys, is like probably it's either my favorite or